Hello, my little flower patch, and welcome to a thing that I haven't been able to get out of my head since I read the script for a musical I was in. Side tangent, this was supposed to come out while I was in the musical during the school year, but then I forgot to post it or make it and stuff. So it's coming out now, multiple months after I already did it. Anyways, Mary Poppins Jr. You see, as I was reading the script, I noticed some weird stuff. And today, you get to know my theory that Bert is just as magic as Mary Poppins. For those who don't know, the musical and movie, and maybe book, I can't remember, is about a practically perfect, slightly strange, magical nanny named Mary Poppins. And she takes the kids Jane and Michael Banks on games to become just as practically perfect as her. Bert is a character who's a friend of Mary's, often joining the kids and Mary on their adventures. However, when you look at the evidence, it becomes clear that Bert has powers of his own. From stopping time to teleporting to invisibility. Join me as I overanalyze something completely random. Alright, I'll be going through everything in chronological order, and I'll only be pulling evidence from the Mary Poppins Jr. script. So if something is different from the movie, too bad. Go through your hissy fit somewhere that isn't the comment section, or just don't throw a hissy fit because you're a big boy or girl or whatever your pronouns are. Alright, cool, let's get into it. At the very start of the musical, everyone walks on stage and sings the first song, and they part to reveal the Banks family, the father George, the mother Winifred, and the two kids Jane and Michael. The family is posed as if having their picture taken. Bert walks on stage and sings about the family's dysfunctionality as the kids annoy their parents. The first signs of Bert's magical abilities appear. As Bert gestures towards the family, they all freeze. The script describes the action as such, quote, Bert gestures, causing the Banks family to freeze in tableau. I might have mispronounced the last word wrong. I've only ever read it. End quote. Bert directly causes the family to stop moving. Maybe even stop time, as no one other than him and the Banks family are on stage at that time. And then he sings some more stuff about the family, and the story begins. Soon after, Mary takes the children to the park, and they meet up with Bert, and magical hijinks ensue. Hijinks that Bert may have helped cause. Because first of all, he paints the scene. He literally paints the scene. This is what he sings about it, and in the script, this is what he does. Quote from the stage direction, Bert enters painting the scene as he addresses the audience. And then after, when the people come, when they walk up, he continues to draw the scene. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then during this, just like the prologue, shows him breaking the fourth wall very clearly. And now, real quick, something needs to be called out. Because when Jane and Michael meet Bert, he says he's seen them before, which could be written off, but people can see other people in the streets. But he specifically mentions the kite that they were flying, the homemade kite. And it shows that he knows more about them than he lets on. Because Michael wants to fly a cat with his dad, but George, his father, is always brushing him off, and kites are used in the story to develop Michael's character. Alright, side tangent over, back to the present. Jane and Michael drag their feet behind Mary and Bert on their walk in the park and begin a song. Just as Bert and Mary come back, the statues come alive, and everyone in the park becomes bright and cheery. But no one ever confirms that Mary was the one, or at least the only one, who did this magic. I just whacked my keyboard. The things we know about Mary are that she can fly with her umbrella, fit things in her carpet bag that should not fit, change the flavors of things when her medicine bottle was strawberry ice to Michael and lime cordial to Jane. So I have to say, very British. And she can be very persuasive, making people be persuaded by her. And can speak with animals. Oh, and wake people up from being knocked out. She might be able to do more. I might have missed stuff. And so no one can. Bert is magic too, which means that no one can confirm that Mary is the one doing the magic when Bert is around. After the children and their nanny head home and fight with their father, Bert returns to do another quick fourth wall break, which is regular now. He then appears for Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and talks about Mrs. Corey being extremely old, knowing Alexander the Great, Vlad the Impaler, and William the Conqueror, all before they became famous, which, I don't know. I don't doubt. I can, tongue tie. How does my tongue get tied? I don't know. So, skipping forward to the end of Act 1, Mary decides to leave and instructs Bert to keep an eye on the children. He doesn't perform any magic here, but the scene is an example of the fact that Mary trusts Bert with the task of making sure the children are all right, something she would take very seriously. After 6 weeks without Mary, Winifred has finally been able to track down Miss Andrews, George's old nanny, who he spoke very highly of. She's a terrible person, threatening Jane and Michael. The children decide to run away, straight into Bert. Miraculously, he was right where they needed, as if he already knew what was happening. Then, during Let's Go Fly a Kite, Bert helps Michael and Jane summon Mary. Seeing as she asked him to keep an eye on the children, he must have notified her that she needed to come back, so she did. After Mary scares off Miss Andrews, she and the children go up to the roof and meet up with Bert, who is hanging out with his chimney sweep mates. Once again, Bert doesn't show off his magical talents, but he sings with Mary about the lesson of the entire story, with them singing, quote, "Childhood is a step in time, parenthood's the same, never miss a chance to get it right." You're welcome for that beautiful serenade, very British. And then they all head down to the house. After everyone else is out of the house or in the nursery, Bert just stands there in the corner with no one noticing him. It seems to me that he is either making himself invisible or unnoticeable. Either way, it's a new trick that he is showing to us. He then helps George with character development and leaves. At the very end of the musical, Bert somehow appears in the nursery, showing he can teleport as well. It's crazy that even at the end of the show, Bert is still revealing new abilities. He says goodbye to Mary and leaves. Jane and Michael wake up to find Mary gone, and the family is finally whole and happy again. Then we play the bows, signaling the end of both the theory and the show. I hope that you can now see that Bert, just like Mary Poppins, is magical. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and maybe subscribe, hinted. Also, I just realized that I never brought up the fact that Bert and Mary flirt with each other, but I'm on 3 pages of the script now, and I wrote this at 10 at night, so bye!